The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to Might Be Tunes. I'm Taylor Cooper. With me, as always, Ahmed. What up, Ahmed?
What's going on?
What up, Carl?
Hello.
We're here, Might Be Tunes. You know, you got to do the damn thing. Go to mbnnetwork.com/mbn network. It's never been easier for you to find your new favorite podcast. We're sponsored by Eunomia. Eunomia CBD. Go to eunomiacbd.com. Use promo code MBN. Get 20% off your purchase plus free shipping. That shit is dope. I love their products. Plus, they're giving free shit away to the people that are using our promo code. People are hitting me up left and right talking about it. I got songs to play by my boy Voss tonight. His new album, Dusk, is everywhere now. Go check it out. Got a little interview coming up here in a little bit. I'll play, and go check his music out. We'll play some of his tracks throughout the episode as well. Yesterday was Halloween. How do you guys feel about Halloween?
Halloween's my favorite.
Halloween's your favorite.
I love it.
You're one of the Halloween is my favorite people. Yeah.
I'm that guy. A lot of people love Christmas. I love Halloween.
Yeah.
Christmas is my Halloween. It's always Halloween for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, what do you think?
It's never really been one of my favorites, but now that I have a kid, it's a little different because you just see how happy it makes kids, so it's cool.
That is cool. We get like 3 total trick-or-treaters here.
That's sad.
So that's just kind of whack to me.
It is whack.
I don't want trick-or-treaters coming to my house.
He's that grumpy old man.
I just don't want to. I don't.
He probably doesn't even turn his light on.
No, we hide. We turn all our lights off and we hide on the couch.
See?
Put movies on. But
he's that guy.
It's not just me, man. That's all I'm saying. It's not just me.
There's sometimes I feel like I'll just put a thing of candy outside and just that's it. That's it.
Is it just that you don't want to be bothered, or
I don't want to get up, and I sure as fuck don't want to be giving good ass candy away either. But we take Toby trick or treating.
Oh, we'll see. One is out trick or treating, and the other is home giving candy, or do we both go out?
No, we both go. But sometimes like trick or treating's on different nights.
Yeah. Well, see, for me,
when he was younger, we didn't go trick or treating.
I loved Halloween as a kid. Like I loved it. As an adult, it's pretty cool too. But like like I said, getting like only a couple trick or treaters around here, that just kind of like it makes it to where, like you said, Carl, I don't even want to be bothered. Because if I'm only getting off the couch a couple times over the course of those couple hours, it's like just leave here, just take the candy.
Yeah, my section of town doesn't really. You only get a couple. All the real shit's popping off up the street. So I think if like maybe like my section of town was more into it and everybody was into it, then maybe I'd be more into it. But
it really depends on where you go, especially now,
man.
Because it's definitely not like it was when we were coming up. Because all over the place, I know people talking about how whack trick or treat has become and all that kind of shit. But in the development that I used to live in, it was crazy. You had people out.
That's where it works, is developments.
Yeah, you had people
Cities.
out giving out popcorn and just with their doors open, like the whole circle looked like a thing you would want to just roll up to.
Like I grew up in the country, so my dad had to drive us to different people's houses.
I didn't have any of that. Yeah. I grew up in Johnson,
so it was just not much for me.
And we used to roll trick or treat deep with pillow sacks of candy, just deep. There's probably like at least, I don't know, 7 or 8 and 10. A lot of us, we used to roll deep trick or treating. Just like the times that I've just remember with my cousins and my friends having the most fun. Yeah. And it carried into adulthood because when we were playing bands and stuff, we would always do like special Halloween shows, and there was always costume parties for adults. It is for adults too. I mean, it's a kids thing, but
adults love fucking Halloween.
But it's for adults too. They make adult costumes. There's adult parties. There's a lot of, whatever. But it's fun. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Because Christmas used to be my favorite. But if you spend a Christmas alone, it's whack.
Whack, yeah.
You spend a Halloween alone, it's like, okay,
whatever.
I don't care. It's no big deal.
Right.
But it just, I don't know. There's the movies. There's a whole bunch. You can have fun with Halloween.
No, I felt that, man.
You did? Was that deep? Did I go too deep?
No, not too deep, but deep. Yeah.
All right, let me bring it back. I ain't trying to get
If you
deep
need to talk
here.
later, I'm just
No, I'm all right.
What are some of your like favorite Halloween, like first of all, what's your favorite like horror movie?
I'm gonna let him go first because
Mine were always the Friday the 13th. Jason was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably way too young when I started watching those. But they're like, those movies are my age. So they were just like the scary ones when I was really little.
Yeah.
And I think I had older siblings that didn't really think much about putting those movies on, so I always saw them at a really young age. And Jason, I just thought was badass.
What about you, Ahmed?
Halloween.
Halloween? Mike Myers?
Yeah,
That's your guy?
Yep.
I'd
All day.
probably go Mike Myers. That's probably my go-to. You know,
back when I saw it was when it came on HBO for the first time, and none of this shit like CGI and all that none of it had been done before. Nobody had ever seen anything like this before, other than the other kind of horror movies like the Frankensteins and the Wolfmans and all that.
Yeah.
So to have a movie that was kind of like a reality movie, because he until he gets shot at the very end and walks away, the whole thing feels kind of real, and like that whole setting of the movie kind of reminded me of parts of where I grew up. So it had that type of, if you have that type of connection to a horror movie, it'll freak you out even more. My mom had a red Monte Carlo that was exactly like the one in that movie.
Wow.
And I remember babysitting, and my sister's boyfriend used to put on a Frankenstein mask and try and scare me. So it's the same type of thing. It just I could connect to
connection.
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like the Halloween movies. I like the newer one too, the newest one.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the next one.
Yeah,
They're
the
talking
next
about, man.
two that are coming up.
Yeah, that's right. They're making two more. Yeah.
Who's making these new ones?
The same guy that did the last one, Joseph Gordon-Green.
So you're pretty picky about the different Halloween movies.
Yeah, I am.
You did not like the Rob Zombie one, correct?
I liked it. I thought it was good. Not great. And definitely didn't need a sequel. It was an interesting
Reimagining
vision of it.
Yeah.
I would think that
He gave too much away as far as I'm concerned. And what I liked most about the original Halloween is it's not what I saw that scared me. It was what I didn't see or what I didn't know. I would go crazy in my head with what's behind, where's he at?
Yeah.
And what's he look like? Never told you. And they explained all that kind of stuff in the new one. And then, they made him too big and they just gave too much away, and they were just vulgar for the sake of being vulgar. And it was just like, this is over the top. And it just got to be too much for me.
I feel like that's Rob Zombie's movies in a nutshell, though. Like,
yeah. See, and I'm not really all that big into his movies. I mean, I like them, but I'm more of an original dude than a remake type, and he did what was it, House of a Thousand
Corpses. Yep.
I like that. Was cool.
Yeah, I like The Devil's Rejects better. That was the sequel to that. House of a Thousand Corpses was really weird to me.
it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
It was the same plot, pretty much, just done a little bit differently. I'm a bigger fan of Devil's Rejects. Did you see his new one?
No, I didn't. I need to. I want to.
What's the new one?
What is it? 3 from Hell, I think is what it's called. It's the third one in that trilogy.
Oh, see,
So it focuses on those 3 again.
I don't even follow that heavy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I respect his stuff. I'm
Yeah.
glad he is doing all that, but he's just a little too over the top for me. Like I like suspense. I'm not a gore person, and I'm not really. Oh, give a shit how violent you go. You know,
right.
Just
That's why I like the original Chainsaw so much, because believe it or not, it's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. But they don't really show you the gore. Believe it or not, it's more about the suspense and the feelings.
You're talking about the original.
The original, yes.
Yeah, yep.
Like if you watch that, pay attention. They don't really show you much. It's just all about the feeling that they
and
they portray.
even in the way they shot horror movies, then it had a
So dark and gritty.
yeah, and one of the things that they didn't do in the new Halloween that I wish they would have done that they do in the old ones is that used to creep me out was they would show his point of view. They would show like him walk. It was basically the cameraman walking, but you could hear him breathing and shit.
Yeah.
You never saw him, but you could hear him breathing, and you would see what he was looking at.
Right.
That fucked me up.
Yeah. I agree.
I slept with the light on forever. Forever.
See, I'm not a scary movie guy typically. Like I'm just not. And if I do, it's like I'm such a pussy. It's broad daylight.
I don't know. It's some type of, I don't know if it's something that turns me on or whatever, because even the times when it would come on home or like come on TV when I was home alone and I'd flick through the channels, I was little, I would see it, but I would turn it off real quick. But something was, I wanted to turn it back on even though I knew I was scared of it. It's weird, but I ended up turning it back, and the rest of the night I was scared.
Just into it.
Yeah, it seemed like I just had to be scared. I couldn't live with not being scared or something. I don't know.
Well, we talked about Rob Zombie as the filmmaker, but musically, he's got such a cool vibe where it's like, it is like a horror movie type scenario with his music. There's other artists like that too. Who? Let's name a couple. I guess like Marilyn Manson, maybe.
I would say Marilyn Manson, probably.
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails. Trent Reznor has a real
For soundtracks or just sound
type thing going.
Sound, yeah, just overall sound, even just on their personal albums.
I was a big fan of
Alice Cooper.
White
Alice
Zombie.
Cooper.
His is more old school though.
Would you say Ozzy?
King Diamond. Well, he has a song that he has a couple songs that kind of again sound like that old school type of I don't want to say medieval. Old school shit.
Yeah,
like the almost silent films type of black and white horror type of thing. Like that. Yeah, I would say him.
You got the going into like hip hop. You got the Gravediggers, RZA's little side project. They were very dope. I like the Gravediggers.
Could you say Twisted?
Twisted, I suppose. Yeah. You could go with ICP as well if you wanted to. Yeah.
I know one of those guys had a Michael Myers tattoo.
Yeah, I think
so.
you're right.
I know they were into them, but I didn't know if because I don't follow them too heavy.
Right. Me
But I
neither.
was just wondering if
You could probably, you could throw them in there because like all of that is some sort of like demonic circus kind of.
So
thing.
ICP too.
Yeah.
Put ICP in there.
Yeah. They associate with like the horror stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? I guess. Yeah. 9 Inch Nails was a good one, Carl, because like I didn't even think of that. Their stuff is always like really dark,
Just music wise, or are we talking look as well?
Look as well, yeah.
All right, Guar in there.
Yeah. I'm not very familiar with Guar's music, but I've seen many, many pictures of them. And
I've seen them.
That's about all it really is to me.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
crazy.
it's a show.
It's a show, right?
You have to go into it knowing that that's what it is.
Yeah.
If you're looking for if you're a musician and that's just straight up what you are, don't go to a Guar show. You'll have a terrible time.
He's right.
That's not. You're not going to see any of that shit. You're going to spend like 2 hours. Why the fuck am I here?
Right.
What the hell? Why is his dick that big?
Right.
Why is he doing all this shit to the crowd?
I'm already weird about like the shticky, like even with Kiss. I'm like, I've always just been weird about
Image bands.
Yeah, like the
theme bands, like their themes.
Yeah. Gimmick.
Gimmicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gimmick.
There you go.
Yeah.
Again,
I mean, because like you could say the same thing about everyone that we listed, pretty much. Marilyn
but
Manson was gimmicky.
going into it,
Yeah, he
I know
is.
what it is.
Right.
You know, I'm going into it for that.
Yeah.
There's many. See, my things, music, it's at extremes. You know, I can name a bunch of bands who I listen to just straight up music that I would never, if they decided to do some theatrical shit, I'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing? You don't, not that they necessarily would have to do that, or if they wanted to, fine. But, you know, if you already come on the scene and you're talking about all it is the music, this is all we do and this is all we're about, I'll grade you from that. I'll respect you just like solely on that. Like Agnostic Front, Madball, or, you know, any of those bands, if those bands had like a big stage set or whatever and all, like, I wouldn't be about it. But the bare bones, that's what I'm about. I like them like that. But when I go in to see Alice Cooper or Kiss or Gwar, if that's not happening, I'm not into it.
Right.
It's not them.
Well,
but at the same time, if I didn't like any of the music, I don't care how strange or whatever it is, I wouldn't be about it.
Right.
I like both.
Well, and that's the point of the gimmick, though, is to get your attention just with that alone. You know what I mean?
Or to just be more than just that.
Right. Well, it narrows down their immediate audience, right? Because you're drawn to it. That's why you go, right? So somebody like me who isn't necessarily drawn to that might be skeptical, but then you tell me how great of a show it is or how great the album is or whatever, and then I get into it, and then all of a sudden it kind of is my thing.
You have to go into it knowing what you're. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You watch a horror movie because you're expecting to see some horror shit.
Right.
You're going into a comedy movie to laugh.
Right.
You have to go into it that way. You cannot go into it you cannot listen to an Aerosmith record the same way you listen to a Kiss record. It's just not fair.
Right.
Even though they're both hard rock bands, you can't put them next to each other. It's not fair.
Speaking of comedy movies, and then we'll check out this one of these new tracks by Voss, Mike Voss. We're gonna. I watched a movie recently, comedy, that I thought I would recommend to you guys and everybody listening. Dolomite Is My Name on Netflix. The new Eddie Murphy movie. Have you seen anything about this?
I saw I want to see it.
You've got to watch it.
Yeah,
it's so fucking good. So fucking good.
I thought I saw it on Netflix on Sunday night, but I wasn't sure if it was.
Yep, Netflix.
That was it.
Yep.
I just saw it. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not even going to bother clicking on this little trailer.
Check it out.
See, damn. Now I'm going to watch it when I go home.
I need something. I found
great.
The Paul Rudd's show.
Is it like Netflix, a documentary really or what?
No, it's a movie, like biopic. It's hysterical, and it's old school Eddie Murphy.
Well, Eddie Murphy's never stopped being Eddie Murphy.
Well, you know, he went to kids movies for a little while, and then he disappeared for a little while, and now he's like back to being like loud Eddie Murphy, cursing Eddie Murphy. It's fantastic. The cast is great. It's great. You'll like it. You'll like it.
Cool, because I love Eddie Murphy.
Oh, that's why I loved it so much. He was fantastic in it. Let's check out a track from Mike Voss' new album. Dusk is available everywhere now. Let's check out this track called No Refund. We'll be right back after the song with my interview with him. Then we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some guilty pleasures that we have musically. We'll be right back.
We died at dawn. We were reborn at dusk.
The old me dead, he ain't never coming back. Price up on his head like a couple hundred racks. All this hate around me, show me where the love is at. Charge it to the game, bitch, I want my money back. But, ain't no refund, no refund, no. Ain't no refund, no refund, no. Ain't no refund, no refund, no. Look what we done now. Yeah. I said, look what we done now. We been plotting, we been scheming now. I guess the secret's out. I done caught up with my demons. We gon' have a meeting now. Shit we need to speak about. Shit that I can't even doubt, man. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. I think I'm peaking now. I've been on a roller, homie. I don't really need the clout. You been eating off your people. Guess you need to feed your mouth. When we in the winter a circle, bitch, you ain't gon' be allowed. Nope, hell nah. The Jeff Gordon of recording. Feel like Jordan when I'm scoring. Flying foreign when I'm touring. Got up on the stage. Feel like Thor when I'm performing. I know there's a price to pay, but don't know if I can afford it, yeah. Hold me there, he ain't never coming back. Price up on his head like a couple hundred racks. All this hate around me, show me where the love is at. Charge it to the game, bitch, I want my money back, but ain't no refund, no refund, no. Ain't no refund, no refund, no. Ain't no refund, no refund, no. Look what we done now. Smoking on this purple, yeah, the weed exotic. They just talking circles, man, they need to stop it. They say a smaller circle lead to deeper pockets. I just need the profit, so I lose my soul with each deposit. Whoa. I seen it happen very often. My guy get it by the pound, running bass like Kenny Lofton. And I swear this shit so loud, I can't even hear him talking. Bitch, I'm popping, I got options, fresh to death, now where my coffin? Bitch, I'm beside him with the wave, trying to put me in a box like a lion in a cage. If they said I wasn't real, they was lying to your face. To me, you used to know was fucking lying in the grave, man. The old me dead, he ain't never coming back. The old me dead, he ain't never coming back. Price up on his head like a couple hundred racks. All this hate around me, show me where the love is at. Charge it to the game, bitch, I want my money back, but ain't no refund, no refund, no. Ain't no refund, no refund, no. Ain't no refund, no refund, no. Look what we done now.
All right, with me this week on Might Be Tunes, I have a very special guest. Mike Voss is checking in from Philly. How you doing, Mike? How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, dude. Your third album, Dusk, drops today. I'm very excited about it. What can you tell me about it?
Dusk, it's out now on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, everything. Yeah, this is my third album. It's dark, obviously, like the title Dusk implies that. Like it's definitely like a darker sound overall. There's still like some fun stuff on there, but for the most part, it's like a dark tone. And sonically, it's dark as well. And the title Dusk comes from a quote that I wrote that opens the album. That we died at dawn, we were reborn at dusk, which basically means in order to become the truest version of yourself, where you're truly being honest with yourself, a lot of times we have to go to a dark place and face the demons we all have, whether we admit it or not. And in order to do that, sometimes you got to be honest with yourself. We're all flawed, and I pretty openly discuss mine on this.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, it's it's dark, but it's real, and dusk is obviously the time of day when it starts to get dark. So that's where that came from, And I really like one word titles too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that works, and I love the album art. I love the whole vibe just from the cover, and the snippets that I've heard so far have been very intriguing, and I'm really excited about this. Who can we look forward to listening to as far as producers on the album?
Man, yeah, there's some guys I worked with before, some I didn't. It's the album's 10 tracks. 5 of them, half of them are produced by my guy who you know as well, Joel Venom.
Yes, I'm so excited for that. He's great.
He's fire. That's my guy. I've known him. You know him as well. Known him for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, he did half the album. The 5 songs he did, like different vibes. Like he's just a very diverse producer, and his shit has like a good bounce to it, but it's also like got a dark edge. He knows what to do.
Yeah,
and we work well together.
I agree. He's got a great sound. It's like almost like mystical, and I don't mean like the rapper, but like just like mystical kind of vibe to it. Dark, very clean. He's okay. He knows exactly what he's doing.
You're saying Joel Venom sounds exactly like Mystical. I got it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The truth is, he sounds the exact opposite. If you hear how he raps.
Yeah.
He has like a real deep voice.
Yep.
For people that are listening, Joel Venom is a really dope rapper too. So.
He is, and I know, like, I've noticed that he's been spending a lot of time with the production, which he's obviously fire. He makes fire beats. But yeah, I mean, absolutely super talented. I haven't talked to him in a while. I had him on one of our shows last year, and he's busy. What about features on the album? You got any features on the album?
Well, actually, there are a couple other producers.
Oh, yeah.
It's let's see, it's 5, and there's 2 tracks that were produced by my guy Harrow Grove, who I've worked with before. He's done vocals on songs for me before, and we actually released like 4 singles together like 2 years ago. They're on all platforms. He's like a super fire artist. I have rapped on his production before, but only once. So he did 2 beats on here. He's got a really cool dark sound as well. His music is fire. My guy Ice, the producer, produced a track on here. He produced a track on my last album, Lost and Crown, too. And it's my man Northwave, who I never met in person. He hit me up on Instagram. He was like a diamond in the rough. He was one out of 200 guys that'll send me spam messages. He actually talked to me like a human being. So I checked out. It wasn't just like, hey, Voss, do you want some beats? And then it's just like, shitty beats.
Yeah.
But his shit was dope. I believe he's in Canada. So shout out to Northwave. And then Level 13, who is a Philly dude. We've worked together before. He may produce a banger on there that we're actually going to film a video for soon called Presto.
Very cool.
I think I sent you that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say you sent me a couple of tracks to play on the show, which I'm very excited about. Thank you so much for that. What about features on the album?
Oh yeah, man. Definitely some features. Again, it's like some old and new. I got my guy Mason on a hook. I've worked with Mason a few times. I've known Mason for mad long, since we were kids. He sings a hook on there, kills it. That's on All Dogs Go to Heaven. That's a real unique, personal song. I don't really hear any songs out that really sound like that right now.
Okay.
Who else? My guy Miles Chancellor does the hook. He's a kid from out of Philly. He's fire. I believe he's about to drop a project too. He cooked that hook up all himself. No help from me. Killed that. My guy Tone West is on there. Tone West, the Jersey boy. That's my dude. He got one of the craziest voices. His voice is wild. It's just, his shit is crazy. And then, Tone West. Damn, I probably should have the, Marty Ranson. My guy Marty Ranson from Jersey, spits like the hardest verse that's ever been on one of my projects ever.
Really?
It's like super hard. Yeah.
Wow.
And there's an interlude from my OG Vodka, who's like a Philly rap legend. Mm-hmm. He's known from back in the day, like the Too Raw for the Streets DVDs, and you've seen all them Philly freestyles where it's 20 dudes standing behind the one guy rapping.
Yep.
And he was in that era, man. He was killing. He still kills everything. I think he's one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Wow.
But he got an interlude on this too. It's definitely this is definitely. I want everyone that hears this album to connect with it, and I think they will. But it's definitely got a lot of Philly on it. I think it's the most. My homie that heard it told me this. It's the most Philly sounding album I've made.
Now, you made a slew of mixtapes prior to 2016. 2016, you dropped your first album, Insatiable. And in 2018, you dropped Lost and Crowned, which I absolutely loved. I loved Insatiable as well, but Lost and Crowned was on pretty heavy rotation for me for a little while.
Man.
Absolutely, man. How would you say that Dusk differs from your first two projects? Other than just like you're saying, like being darker and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to. I look at it like this: if I'm not evolving with each release, then I'm just treading water. And there's way too many artists in the game to just be taking up space, especially because a lot of them are really just taking up space.
Yeah. Yep.
So, instead of clogging up the current by being stagnant, I'd rather just keep evolving. And like people that have been fans of mine since back then, like my sound since Insatiable has changed, I think drastically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'll always love Insatiable. It's my first, it's like my first child.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And by the way, I have no children, for the record, that I know of.
Just albums.
But
yeah, just albums. It's great.
Knock on wood. Yeah. So Insatiable, love that album. Definitely like. Here's the thing, though. I feel like Lost and Crowned is where I started going in a direction that Dusk is now in.
Okay.
I enjoy. I got some like bright like pop records. Like there's a couple of them on Lost and Crowned, but like, and there's a good amount of them on Insatiable, but that's never really been like where my soul was at. Like I like my favorite shit to listen to is like hard gritty hip hop and like and I like a lot of like just really like fire production. And I listen to. I know it's like you're supposed to be like, especially someone that raps like me is supposed to hate all the new shit, and there's actually a lot of new shit I like. But what I do is I just cherry pick shit. Oh, I like this. I like that. I like how this sounds. How do I put my own twist on this? Because I don't ever bite anything.
Right.
So how do I do what all the greats have done and take what came before me and then cherry pick the shit that really speaks to me and it feels natural. And then how do I make that my own sound? So on Dusk, I think Lost and Crowned was like a middle ground between the brighter kind of poppier sound of Insatiable.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dusk is the more darker sound. And then I think Lost and Crowned was like in the middle of that, where I'm still like kind of figuring my voice out. But yeah, I love that album too, Lost and Crowned. I love that album.
You also dropped an EP this year called Collusion.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Which was very good. 5 tracks on that. Very good stuff.
That was entirely produced by a production team called the Army of the 12 Monkeys. They do a lot of like EDM stuff. It's mostly my guy, the architect, who also designed the artwork for Dusk.
Okay, very cool.
So he's super talented, and he produced a lot of that Collusion. It was the Army of 12 Monkeys, and produced all 5 of those tracks. I might still go back and like do a video for something off that, because I really love that EP too. I love that project.
It's really good.
Everyone that's listening, when you're done listening to Dusk, go back and listen to Collusion if you haven't heard it.
Definitely do that. Who would you say is your biggest influence right now in 2019? I mean, who's really, like you said, you listen to so many different things, but right now, who would you say that you're pulling the most from?
Man, there's not like a particular artist. You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't think I could ever be accused of biting. So it's like, I don't think there's any artist that I listen to excessively, and that's on purpose, because I don't want to wind up, I change up. I don't even listen to hip hop all day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'll put on, sometimes I'll put on like a Bob Dylan record or like a old blues record or something. Like,
sure.
I can't just, or R&B, I listen to a lot of R&B or like classic rock. Like, just, I gotta switch it up, because if I just stay listening to the same thing, I'm going to wind up becoming a carbon copy, whether I want to or not.
Right.
So it's hard for me to answer that because it's like I listen to I pull stuff. There's still like old Hove verses that I'm still like, wow.
Yeah, right.
Like I love how he did that. I'm talking like 1997
Yeah.
Jay-Z, like 98 Jay-Z, like that era. Like there's shit I still learn from that dude. And then like and then there's brand new stuff. Guys will come out. I'm trying to think who's moving me now, like as far as new shit. You know what? I know he's like real popular, man. I really like what DaBaby's doing. I like his flow. I like his voice. I like that he has like a sound that is recognizable.
Yeah.
It's not, he's just a likable. He's charismatic. I like how he conducts himself in interviews and shit. So I like what he's doing. I think he has a cool sound. Obviously, I can't wait for some new Kendrick to drop.
Yes.
Love Kendrick. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. Like, it's harder for me to think of people I don't like because I try to like. I'm not really into. I like to understand what you're saying, but
Right.
I don't know, man. It's really so much, man. Like some of my friends make fun of me for being too eclectic. Like I really just listen to.
Yeah.
I listen to so much, and they're like, "Yeah, you're always bragging about being eclectic," but it's like that's just the way it is. I don't know if you put I don't know. I haven't used iTunes in mad long, but if I had iTunes still and you put that shit on shuffle, you would be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. My shit's the same way.
Yeah, I know.
Here on Might Be Tunes, like there's three of us, and we all come from different musical backgrounds, but each week we curate our own Spotify playlist to go along with the episode, and we're always bringing up different people, and I'm coming out here like, yeah. Have you ever listened to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass before? And they're like, who the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And it's just like, dude, you gotta, and it's just, you get into so many things just in a musical sense.
There is some weird shit that I listen to that I know literally no one else will like.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I'm just like, yo, like some of this shit I like is fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
I like a lot of popular shit too.
Sure. But that's the coolest part about music is that it's all personal taste. It's all, based off of just who you are as a person and what you get into. And it's just so cool. Like you and I bonded one day after a show years and years ago, sitting there watching The Wire, eating some Dominoes and just talking music for hours. I remember that. And that's one of my lasting memories as far as with you. And just kind of, we talk about it on this show is just, when you talk music with music people, that's almost the best way to get to know them. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, what's your favorite color? Or what do you like to do on the weekends? It's like, oh, what's your top 5? Or how do you feel about this band or that group? And it's just like, that's how you get to know people. What's it like being an independent artist in Philly these days? I know that Philly's always been just such a crazy music scene, but how's it treating you these days?
Man, Philly is a gift and a curse. Philly is like, it's a gift because literally like some of the best rappers to ever live came from here.
Right.
And like when I was coming up, I was surrounded by a bunch of rappers that were good. And it kept me sharp. Philly's tough. Philly is known for like having a shitload of talent, but there's like no industry. Like we're not New York. We're definitely not LA.
Right.
So there's, but times have changed. Like kids are blowing up in like, they're living in like fucking Iowa and they're blowing up because they record some demo in their bathroom, put it on SoundCloud, and you know what I mean? Things happen and then that shit is a million plays,
Right.
Like, so I can't blame it on that anymore. You can't. Artists like to complain in Philly. It's, there's Philly. I'll say it's a gift and a curse because it's like it's a gift because it's tough. Like if a Philly crowd doesn't like you, they'll let you know it.
Right.
But and I love that honesty. But the downside is like there is like a cloud of negativity that we fight to get rid of, but it's there.
Right.
And I feel like it gives a lot of the hip hop coming from the city, including my own music, like a harder, grittier edge, which is what makes it dope. But sometimes it carries over into your personal being as well. Like there was a time in my life when I was pretty bitter. And sometimes it still sneaks back up, but I'm growing as I get older and I try to be less bitter, but I think Philly is just a tough ass city. But also, if you can make a name for yourself here, like I have, I think you can do it anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, I love what you're doing out there. I love seeing how busy that you stay with the videos, with the shows, with all that stuff. And I'm always keeping an eye out for people that I've met over the years and have gotten to know, and I'm rooting for everybody. How do you keep up with the constant evolution of hip hop? I mean, it's always changing. How do you keep up with it?
That's a great question. Man, it's, a lot of guys complain about that. They complain about, it's not the 90s anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's not the fucking 90s anymore. Correct.
Right.
That's how time works.
Right.
Like,
it's not even the early 2000s anymore.
or early 2000s.
Yeah.
And like, you pick any era and there's shit that I love from it. You know what I mean? Like, and I realized about myself is like, I'm all like, people say it's like being trendy, but hip hop, if you think about it, hip hop runs on trends.
Yeah.
Like, hip hop like when it originated, we're talking in the Bronx, like it was about rocking a party and being fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first rappers weren't rhyming lyrical, miracle, and spiritual. Like it wasn't, everything didn't have to be deep. So this idea of like hip hop should have just stayed in the golden era, they call it, I think is like dumb to me and like goes against how hip hop started. So the way I look at it, I think what helps me evolve is a combination of like having eclectic taste and just liking a lot of different sounds. So I'm all about the evolution and learning how to rap different ways to keep up, and just like just pure pride. Like I refuse to ever sound like I'm washed ever.
Right.
Like I'm one of, like I listen to Jay-Z rap and he's damn near 50 years old. And if he dropped an album right now, I'm forgetting about mine and I'm listening to that.
Right.
Straight up.
Right. Right.
And like, so my goal is to just continue to be, energized and motivated and inspired. And the best way for me to do that is to appreciate the changes happening in hip hop. I don't have to like all of them. I don't like all of them. I don't like that everyone's on Xanax.
Right.
But,
right.
But there's a lot of shit I do like. So it's a way of you pick out, like I said earlier, you pick out the shit you like, you find something to appreciate. And if you can't find something to appreciate, that's when it's time to stop.
Right. Right.
That's how I look at it.
Speaking of influential albums dropping, what did you think of Kanye's new album?
Oh man. I mean, listen, I'm actually, I separate the artist from the art.
Right.
Personally, as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a fan of Ye. I've been a fan of Ye forever. I think this is definitely his worst album. Dusk is definitely better than this album.
I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited to hear that.
I always say it's facts. But, Kanye doesn't even know who I am, so fuck me. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't think it was bad. I got to spin it again.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad. I think so. There was some gorgeous production on it.
Yes.
I love that the clips are on it. I think Malice killed it. Obviously Pusha killed it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a bad album. I really didn't. But I do think it's his worst work. just because I never had religion. I never grew up in the church. I never really fucked with religion. My parents just raised me in a different way than a lot of people. They're pretty open-minded. I'm always thankful for that. Shout out to them. But I just I guess it didn't grab me like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was bad. I got to listen to it again.
I'm like, I'm 1.5 listens into it, and I need to definitely finish it for the second time, and probably give it a third spin before I have my full opinion on it. I'm not really feeling it, right now.
Yeah.
Like you said, beautiful production in places. It's a little weird. Couple more questions for you. Do you have any shows coming up that you want to plug?
Yeah, man, I have a show as of right now. I might be doing a listing event / light performance somewhere in Philly, to celebrate the album in a couple weeks.
Great.
Maybe. That'll be like a pop-up situation if it happens. And then next month I have a show December 10th at Kung Fu Necktie in Philly. Rocking with this dude named Ryan Oakes, who hit me up on Instagram to rock the show. I was not familiar with him before. He's got a nice size following on Instagram. He does his thing, so it should be a cool show.
Very cool.
December 10th. I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch of shit off Dusk. As of right now, that's what I got lined up right now. I definitely want to hit the road soon. I'm trying to get back on tour, back out there.
Great. So Dusk is out everywhere. I urge everybody to go get it. Mike, I have one more question for you, and it's always a doozy. I try to ask this every time. Certainly that I get somebody that's into hip hop, whether I'm talking to them on the show or just in general in real life, whatever. Top 5 dead or alive. What do you got?
Dude, it's like,
it's
man,
so hard.
dead or alive makes it so much worse.
I know. I know.
Why can't this be top 5 dead? You know what I mean?
Right.
If it's just top 5 dead, that helps narrow it down. Nah. No one ever asked top 5 dead.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just give me the dead guys. Just give me the dead ones. Yeah, no one ever does that. I don't know. Or alive, for that matter. Like,
dead or alive,
who's your favorite alive right now? Right. Nobody ever asked that.
Man,
that's funny.
My favorite dead rapper is definitely Biggie.
Okay. Yep.
As far as listen, I've been asked this question a bunch of times.
Sure.
And if people cared enough to go back through interviews I've done all over the internet, I give a different answer all the time.
Yeah.
Because this question is fucking impossible.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I'll say people, and then I regret that shit right after. I'm like, damn, wait. So I'm gonna modify the question, if you don't mind. I'm gonna say, I'm not saying these are the top 5 best rappers that are alive. These are the top 5 rappers that are alive who impacted me the most.
Fantastic.
How about that?
That's perfect.
Okay. I'm not saying, like, there's guys that might be better skill. His flow is better, whatever. But these are the guys that hit me the hardest. Okay. Jesus Christ. Hove.
Okay.
Definitely going to throw Jay in there. Andre.
Okay.
Oh, man. Hove, Andre, for sure. This is going to sound crazy. I'm putting Kendrick in there.
Okay. That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
His catalog isn't as long, but every album to me has been
classic.
Instant classic shit.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like,
just so creative.
His balance of being artistic and creative and original, but also having shit that slaps, like, that just sounds fucking good. Like, he really hit a good balance.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, I would put Kenny in there.
Okay.
Man. Yo. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say just because, all right, this guy's like the reason I started rapping. I'm going to put Big Daddy Kane.
Yes.
Yeah, Kane, when I was a kid, one of my older friends played me Big Daddy Kane, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Guy,
and like I was like, this guy is so cool. And at that time, like, you know, Ja Rule was popping. So it was just like Ja Rule or Big Daddy Kane. I was like, oh, no brainer.
Yeah, no brainer. Right.
Yeah, it's like, Ja Rule is still trash.
Right. right.
He had some bangers. He did. No, he had some bangers.
He did.
But you know, come on.
Right.
Compared to Kane. So what is that, 4?
That's 4.
Damn. Okay. Now here's where I get torn, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the number 5 spot. Because if we're just talking about rapping, number 5 for me is Pusha T.
Okay.
Now, as a hip hop artist, if we're not just talking about rap skills, it's like I got Kanye in there too. You know what I mean? Because it's like I think the 5 guys I named are better rappers than him. But as far as a complete hip hop artist, even though I didn't love the new album, that motherfucker, I think he's got to be included. So this is where I get tripped up. And then, you know what? Everyone likes to fucking hate on Drake. I know his track record has like a bunch of controversy on it and all that. But man, when he's just rapping, Drake is like nasty, and no one wants to admit it.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
He's nasty. And Drake has written some like amazing songs, and I know everyone says ghostwriter, blah blah blah. Like Drake has ghostwritten for everyone in the industry swapping shit.
Sure.
So like,
sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it's like a toss up. Like I think the 5 guys I named are better rappers than Drake, but as like a complete artist, Drake and Kanye are names that I would say come to my mind a lot as far as influences as well. But if we're talking pure rapping, Jay-Z, Andre, Kane, Pusha, and Kendrick, yeah.
That's a great list.
Man, that was so hard.
It is, dude. And I'm the same way.
Because I care about my answers when I do interviews.
Right. Well,
you know, I don't want to be. What'd you say?
I was just gonna say I'm the same way. My list, my 5, it changes every day. I mean, I have like 1 or 2 that are always there, but like
mine just changed.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Before we're even done. Yeah. Well, Mike Voss, thank you so much for taking some time out to speak with me, man.
Yeah, man.
Where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, man. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Who is Mike Voss? It's MikeVoss. Who is Mike Voss? On Instagram and Twitter, and then as far you can just search Mike Voss on all platforms to find Dusk. You know, I'm under Mike Voss on everything: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, on SoundCloud. If you use SoundCloud, it's Voss the Rapper. Yeah, you know what I mean. Just go on my Instagram. There's a link that'll have you click on that. It's a link tree that you can click on whatever provider you use to stream music, and it'll link you to the album.
Fantastic. You sent me 3 tracks. You sent me No Refund, Presto, and Moonflower. Which one should we play right now?
Well, since we mentioned it earlier, and I'm probably going to be doing a video for this John soon, let's go with Presto.
All right. Mike Voss, thank you so much again for taking some time out to be on the show. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Here's Presto, and we'll be back after this.
Ain't no room in my circle, 40 squares with an angle. Who say that they gon' have my back, but if I turn it, it's fatal. See how they words will get tangled. They pay to watch them like cable. We just friends for the cameras like Joey, Chandler, and Rachel. And I believe in angels. Amen. I slept next to them naked, so even if I never make it, bitch, I already made it. Bitch. We ain't telling no fables, ain't no lies in these statements. When I rap, it's no cap. I think I'm seeing some greatness, cause shit been stressing me lately. I gotta get medicated. I ran off exercise patience. I'm in this bitch dressed to kill. Homicide when I show up. Motherfucker, I will not apologize for the glow up. You ain't changing, you're stagnant. All I know's evolution. I must be made out of magic, cause no one knows how I do it. Presto, presto, voila, presto, presto, tie-dye, presto. You already know the MO. She throw it back like retro. Then we disappear, baby, let's go. Abracadabra, presto, 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 voila, presto, 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 tie-dye, presto. You already know the MO. She throw it back like retro. Then we disappear, baby, let's go. Abracadabra. Shorty working magic, making dollars disappear. She a pretty woman, but I ain't no Richard Gere. Listen here, crystals in the kush to make it crystal clear. Then she break out the Ayo, guess it's all the smoke and mirrors. My art imitate my life, they heart isn't made to fight. This shit here is crazy, right? Might break your fucking face tonight. I'm Zach Morris if his homies had wants, but ain't no bell to save him from that white and black Taurus. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the beast, and another man of color shot down in the street. No rest, no peace, tell them police they all belong on death row. And if Trump ain't get the memo, get him out of here like presto, motherfucker. Presto, voila, presto, presto, tie-dye, presto. You already know the MO. She throw it back like retro. Then we disappear, baby, let's go. Abracadabra, presto, 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 voila, presto, 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 tie-dye, presto. You already know the MO. She throw it back like retro. Then we disappear, baby, let's go. Abracadabra.
Hey, Taylor Cooper here, and if you're looking for real, all-natural relief from stress and muscle soreness, you've got to check out our friends at Eunomia CBD. Eunomia CBD products are grown and processed in the USA, nano-amplified, 100% THC-free, and third-party lab tested. Order anywhere in the U.S. and use promo code MBN to get free shipping plus 20% off your entire order just for our listeners. What are you waiting for? Is stress wearing you down? Are sore muscles getting in the way of your weekend plans? Eunomia CBD is a game changer. I personally love their menthol pain relief lotion. Their gummies are delicious, and they even have CBD treats for your dogs. Go to eunomiacbd.com, check out all their products, and don't forget to use promo code MBN for an extra 20% off your order plus free shipping. It's your life. Feel better. Eunomia CBD. That's EUNOMIA. EUNOMIA CBD.com. Go there now. Use MBN as the promo code. Get 20% off and free shipping. Must be 18 years old or older to purchase.
So you've been listening to the Might Be News Network, but you still can't get enough each week? Become our patron on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/MBN Network to become a patron and get exclusive content now. For as little as $5 per month, you'll get access to extended episodes of all your favorite shows, as well as perks including MBN merch and monthly giveaways. Just want to support the network? Become a patron for as much or as little as you'd like. Get bonus content each week and head to patreon.com/MBN Network. Your contributions help us make this network bigger and better than ever before. Patreon.com/MBN Network.
Welcome back to Might Be Tunes. That was my interview with Mike Voss, followed by his new track, Presto. Very cool stuff. Stay tuned. We'll play another one of his tracks at the end of the show here. I wanted to talk with you guys about some guilty pleasure music. This gave me trouble because I listen to so much music, and I generally, if I'm listening to it, I love it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I had like trouble trying to think. Like, there's obvious ones. For example, when on Might Be News, we do a segment called Late Review. Every week we review something, whether it's a movie, album, whatever. And I put it out on Facebook like, hey, somebody recommend something to me to review, preferably something that I normally wouldn't watch or listen. And somebody recommended that I listen to, at that time, it was Taylor Swift's newest album called,
somebody's throwing you a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Well, no, they just recommended that I try something. What the hell was the name of it? Taylor Swift. I listened to it and I fucking loved it. I fucking loved it, dude. It was ridiculous. Here's Taylor Swift. I'll tell you what the name of it is. Reputation is from 2017. That's the one with Look What You Made Me Do. And that's my least favorite song on the album. But this album is super produced. It's like mega hit beats, you know what I mean? And I like all the beats were super well produced. Like they sound so crisp, so perfect, and she's pretty dope on it. But I'm not like a fan of her music, but I will occasionally listen to that album if I'm just chilling by myself. Which kind of led me to the whole thing. See,
you got us both over here.
That's
just kind of
that's guilty pleasure shit. I would never listen to this album around the two of you, or anyone else, really, for that matter.
Well, I mean, it's her concerts are on my TV at home all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is better if you're looking at her.
See, for me, I'm more thinking about a song that comes on the radio that I don't want to admit I like, but I'm singing it, but I like it for some reason.
Do that, yeah. Give me one.
T.I., whatever you like.
Okay, yeah.
I hate that. Whatever you like. I like T.I. I like his songs, but when I hate that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all his other stuff, I like. That song for some reason is just, but I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes on, I sing it. What else?
Anything Smash Mouth for me. Oof.
Oh, okay. Now you got Sugar Ray.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
All the things I want to say.
No, please no. That song is still on the radio in Wawa. It's every morning in Wawa. That fucking song's on.
When it's over.
Yo, their first album was kind of hard, dude.
No. See, that's the kind of shit that
their first album was kind of hard. I'm not even gonna lie. Their first album was kind of hard. I forget what it was called, but it was dope.
No, it wasn't. You don't. No, your memory is fucked up.
Yo, Smash Mouth's first album was awesome.
Blur, that one song. Woohoo!
Yeah.
You guys are just. You guys have like the shittiest music from the '90s list that you're looking at right now.
That's guilty pleasure shit. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the type of. See,
so no, but that means that you actually like bring that shit up and look at it.
That's what I'm saying.
You listen to that in your car on purpose. You go, I'm just gonna fucking bring up Blur.
Did you know that Blur?
Stop.
Did you know that lead singer from Blur is the guy from the Gorillaz?
I did know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
That guy's the same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
That's another one. But I like the Gorillaz.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So that started off being one, but then I heard the whole album and then I was like, oh, they're dope.
Yeah.
Because then they had that other one song.
2000 was the one. Oh yeah, Feel Good Incorporated. Yeah, with De La Soul, that shit was dope. Yeah,
they were different.
I'd see their newer stuff's like way out there for me, but it's good though.
Cake.
Cake. Yeah.
Oh man, long jagged. There's damn trumpets, man.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
Yeah.
Ever since I got shut down for listening to anything with trumpets in it, now I feel weird if I'm listening to something and trumpets come on. I start looking around. I'm like, shit. I can't listen to this shit anymore.
All right, it's your turn.
I don't really have much from the '90s that are guilty pleasures.
It doesn't matter. You can
mine are all
the
glam rock bands from the '80s, like Poison and
I wouldn't
Bon Jovi. I still listen to Bon Jovi.
I wouldn't be surprised
about
any of that though. I mean,
nobody puts on Poison records on purpose other than me. I'm pretty sure of it.
All right.
Probably right.
You ain't got no kind of NSYNC or Backstreet Boys in you.
Yeah,
I know you do.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I would prefer NSYNC over the backs. I don't know, man.
Same. I'm with you on that.
All right, what NSYNC song?
But like, yo, if they come on the radio, I'm pretty much just like a part of the fucking group.
NSYNC?
I just start singing.
Yep. He
Yeah.
does the 2-finger point. Ain't
Well, what
no
else?
lie.
Like, all right, well,
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
well, shit. I think in man, in high school, me and Ahmed discovered that we were both equal fans of the Grease soundtrack. I
Yeah,
think.
see? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The
Okay.
Grease soundtrack.
Okay.
Although that's one of my favorite movies, so I don't care.
Yeah, I think
Classic.
I think with me, it was more about the movie. I always thought it was an awesome movie as a kid.
It is a good
Every
movie.
song in that movie's hit.
I agree. Hit.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees for me are a big one.
Yeah. How
Disco
deep
in
is
general.
your-
How deep is your
How
love?
deep is your love? How deep- Yeah, that's the jam.
A lot of
Do you know the words of Staying Alive?
Do I know
Nobody
the
does.
words? I don't know the words now.
No one knows a single word of Staying Alive except the chorus. See, that's what I thought. See?
Everybody sing
Staying Alive. That's it. That's one of them songs. That's one of the That's one of those.
We gotta cover it.
Yeah.
that'll be easy. Just
We'll just whisper.
I know it's inner city something and something is something and you're staying alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees. I'll listen to the Bee Gees by myself all day. ABBA.
That- yeah.
ABBA as
Dancing
well.
Queen.
Oh yeah.
That's the shit.
Oh yeah.
you like
dude.
this? You like the disco type?
Dude, disco is my thing, man. I love disco. Love it.
I could take the disco in like bits, like 1-2 songs, and it's got to move on to something like funky or more soul, because that disco beat, you know,
It
kinda
gets
really
repetitive.
after a while.
It does.
Not enough.
You know who else like kind of disco-y, but he's newer than ABBA and the Bee Gees? Jamiroquai.
Yeah,
I love him.
I love Jamiroquai. Love.
I wouldn't
still-
call that a guilty pleasure, though. 'Cause,
No.
like everybody
Yeah.
likes that guy.
Yeah.
claiming them.
Yeah.
But when I'm like, oh, dude, I'm gonna relax to a Cinderella record, nobody wants to hang out. Nobody's saying, oh, can I fucking hang out, dude?
I would. I don't care. I don't. I would. I don't. Poison, Rat, Bon Jovi. I don't give a fuck. All that shit. I like
Yeah.
all of it. 70s, 80s, and 90s of all genres. All of it. I love it all.
Right. Me too. Me too.
To just single out, no, it's just rock. No, it's just hip hop. No, it's just all of them together.
Right.
But that came over time. Some of them I didn't always feel. Like a lot of the 90s stuff I liked after the fact. While I was in school,
Yeah.
early 90s, I didn't. Some of that shit I just couldn't do. Like CNC Music Factory.
Right.
Y'all
that is
want
the-
this
but-
party
yo,
started, right?
yo, but-
like every time that came on, I would tighten my
Yo,
fist.
if you were in a roller rink and that fucking song came on, you know damn well you'd start crisscrossing as you're skating, feeling badass.
I'm like, I'm gonna go listen to Biohazard. I ain't fucking around with. I couldn't. And that dun. That song blew up way too much because then they would play it at sporting events. You would watch.
Eye of the Tiger?
No, the CNC Music Factory. Gonna make you sweat. Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Everybody dance.
That
No,
everybody. Yeah, that's what it is. That
Yeah.
it's that one.
Everybody
Yeah, like that. They used to play that
Yeah.
at all sporting events.
Yeah.
Like couldn't get away from that song. It was always
Everywhere.
always on.
It was like the Jock Jams #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That song's stuck there. Forget it.
It'll be in the playlist.
Yeah.
No.
You gotta like add it like 8 times.
I mean, what kind of name is that anyway? CNC Music Factory. It's like a fucking firm.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think of who else would be like I'm like just scrolling through my music here. I guess like
Rockwell would have been one, but that's kind of like a Halloween song. Somebody's watching me.
yeah. Yeah.
Gonna make you sweat. 67 million plays on Spotify. People still
Oh yeah.
rocking that song.
Oh yeah. I would have to like say I listen to a lot of R&B. But that would be one thing that I listen to mostly alone. You know what I mean? Does that qualify it as a guilty pleasure?
No,
Right.
because you bump that on the regular. So you're not ashamed of it. You just listen to it by yourself.
Right.
Like something that if we walked in here right now, like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear you listening to R&B.
Right.
But if we walked in here right now and you had what? Give me something. The theme from Pinocchio on or something. You know, like something. You know, that's something that I would be like, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
Yeah, basically, a guilty pleasure would be like, all right, if most of your friends are there and they're making fun of you over it, then it would be your guilty pleasure.
Okay, go then would be
like I would expect to come in here and you'd listening to some R&B shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, like if you were singing that Chumbawamba song, I get nothing.
Right.
And I get
But yeah, if I came in here and the electric slide was on,
and he's doing it,
and he was doing
and
the
he was
electric
doing it.
slide,
And
I
like,
would
what
be
the
like,
hell?
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I need to find a new studio.
Yeah. Something like that.
Right.
Carl,
right.
you got one. I know you got one.
Ah, man, really? Like, it's.
I'm gonna find one. You gotta find one. I know he's got one.
I mean, I would think that the '80s music I listen to is pretty cheesy. Pretty. I mean, I'm literally nobody else listens to half of those cock rock bands from the '80s.
Yeah, I don't. Sam Smith. I wouldn't listen to Sam Smith with anybody, but I like Sam Smith. See, that shit's a step beyond R&B.
Here,
right? That stuff's like a step beyond R&B. That's like adult contemporary shit.
all right, I'm gonna go there, and I'm not sure I should do this on the radio, but 'cause this song is probably you would. I don't know, man. This one's pretty.
Do it. Do it.
Can I just play it?
Just play it. Yeah, just play it.
All right. Let me just say, I don't know why I like this song, but I like it.
Do it.
It's got a really cool bass line. Wait, I gotta think a little bit longer.
What are you doing?
Try to decide. All right, ready?
Do it.
I hope the ad doesn't play.
I'm Chris
Oh,
Bailey. I'm
Jesus.
running these full-time taxpayers deserve an experience full-time.
This is
that
not
the
a
fucking ad?
This is not a Storm ad.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Let me know when it's over.
Wait till we for Ahmed's fucking cheap Spotify plan to fucking run.
No, that wasn't Spotify. That wasn't my Spotify.
What are you playing it on YouTube?
Is it ready?
I was, but hold on. Yay!
Let me know because I have it muted. Just let me know and I'll get it up.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go. Kiss me. Wow. This is your jam?
I like this song. I don't know why, but it has a really cool bass line in it.
Who is that? I know the song, but who's the singer?
Sixpence None the Richer.
Oh, so that was like her one and done.
I guess. I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know anything about them. I just know that song.
All right, maybe like Sarah McLachlan was a guilty pleasure of mine years ago. She's like a really good voice. Dude, her songs on those SPCA commercials. You don't cry when you watch that. I don't know if I can talk to you.
Crying because of what she's talking about and all those pictures that they're showing of the dogs looking all sad. I'm probably like 3 minutes into, like not even 3 minutes into the commercial, 3 seconds into the commercial. Oh, there's Sarah McLachlan. Turn it off.
Yeah. Now you hear that and you're just ready to cry. It's fucked up.
That song too.
Yeah.
That song it has like a double meaning because it's it's on like a super sad commercial, but then it was also in that City of Angels movie.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I remember that.
And that scene was fucked up. One that I just saw. Where was it? 2 Chainz. You mentioned like T.I. Like I'm not a huge like trap fan. You know what I mean? But I get into some. I will bump the shit out of some fucking 2 Chainz, straight up.
See,
primarily his one album. Which one was it? Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. It was out. It came out in 2017. That album is fucking dope.
But is it weird to like 2 Chainz? I
don't.
I'm not familiar with his music.
No,
really.
it's not weird to like 2 Chainz, but if you're me, it's weird to like 2 Chainz.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
See, this is a personal box.
Right. Yo, I'll bump the shit out of Yanni.
Yeah. See? There
Yanni.
you go.
I will bump the shit out of Yanni.
Yeah.
Which is weird as shit.
Who sings this? All right. Who sings the song Hootie Hoo?
Hootie Hoo?
The hip hop song Hootie Hoo.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my those songs from like the early 00s. Are some of my faves.
Either if he mentions anything hip hop or R&B, that's not going to surprise me. Same thing with you. And if you mention anything hard rock or 80s, that's not going to surprise me. That's not outside of your box enough.
I don't really listen to
much shit outside of your box.
Like what's on the radio? There's got to be like radios. That's what I mean. Like a song that comes. You're not listening to any of this shit from any of these artists. Song comes on the radio. You can't help singing it. You don't want to like it, but you do.
I think we already touched on those. That would be like
that's the guilty pleasure.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
That would be like the NSYNC and shit like that.
So you pull up any NSYNC or Backstreet song, and I
probably know it. If they're the hits, at least. Hold on. How do you guys not know Hootie Hoo?
I mean, as far as like radio play, like someone like me, I think if you really,
because you're not buying that shit,
right?
You're not looking for it.
If you like really know me, I doubt that you would think that I'm as into Coldplay as I actually am. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you hang out with me every day, you would just assume that all I listen to is hip hop.
Are they the band that sings that? Because I don't know any of their shit. When I Rule the World song.
Yeah,
it was big like 10 years ago.
I think so. I think that's them.
I think so too.
See, like I fell off with some of their shit. Like there was like a time period with them where I was just like, nah, I'm good. And also, there's many time periods where I just don't listen to the radio ever.
Yeah, I mean, that Seven Nation Army song.
That's the White Stripes. Yep. That could be yeah, because they're not like overwhelmingly popular.
For me,
I would say they are pretty. Damn
they
I
are.
guess if they're on the radio, they are.
He's fucking huge.
He's huge. Yeah.
It got.
They're not even a
thing
thing anymore,
always on. Like
right.
That song was all. I couldn't get away from it, but as much as I didn't want to admit that I liked it, I couldn't help doom doom doom. I would sing.
Yeah.
So it'd be stuck there, but
I saw the Roots cover that song. That shit was dope.
I found Hootie Hoo.
Who did it?
True. The Crime Family is the album. You don't know? This is the shit, man. This is the shit that when it comes on in my car, I feel fucking hard.
No.
Yeah. You'll know it when it...
Here, plug it into that thing.
Yeah, how do I plug it in? I'll get it. Hold on.
It's on your computer? You're playing it on your computer?
I can play it on my phone. Hold on. Well, just, I'll find it here. Just keep blabbing.
For me, Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott might be a guilty pleasure for me. Because I'm not, like, super duper into her shit, but, like, I will, like, Missy's that shit.
I can't stand the rain.
See, I was just never really into, like,
that doesn't surprise me, though. That's not...
Right. See, like,
not scorching the earth.
Maybe it would surprise
you. Gotta, get down lower. Cheese out.
Lana Del Rey. I really like Lana Del Rey. I do.
You like her though. Somebody you don't like.
Oh, we got beef.
You never heard this?
Yeah. I heard this one.
This is one of my biggest guilty pleasures. This beat is so hard when it comes in. I love it.
What the truth the no. What the sound? What's up, Q&A? In the what? 4 or 500 per jag for the summer. SS sitting on 20, but I ain't no motherfucking stunner. Grab a cat where they
at. In this car, doing the whole video.
I'm in the group when I'm in the car and this is playing. I'm on the hood. This is the kind of shit that's my guilty pleasure.
No, I'm really bad. I'm cheese, I'm corn, I'm all of that when I'm with mine.
I think there might be some with me that are suppressed pretty hard that I don't even want to admit to myself.
So you got to come out. I came out. I came way out.
Well, I listened to a lot of Korn when I was younger. That's like I feel pretty cheesy listening to it now. But sometimes I don't.
still see you doing that.
Fucking Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
Limp Bizkit's a good one.
Probably back when I was younger.
What about that?
E6.
But I don't.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
well, hold on. Guilty pleasure. I mean, I would still listen to them now, which I do not listen to them now. So kind of like
A song that you like that you don't want to admit you like. Like, did you like that Outside? Yeah, it's called Outside, right? With the song he did with. Yeah, it was with Aaron Lewis. Did you like that song? Yeah, see. I'm feeling those lighters.
Yeah, I'm feeling those lighters,
Feeling
guys.
those lighters out there.
Yeah.
God, what a fucking loser.
I hated that song.
Here in bed.
I hated that song. They played it on the radio non-stop.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as he played that,
I just want to
acoustic guitar,
smash his guitar.
Yeah.
Jung,
It sounds like it's off.
jung,
Yeah,
jung, jung,
yeah.
jung. Every song. Every fucking song. Stop.
Yeah.
All these like super emotional rock people are just like,
Oh
this
my
song
God.
is so good.
No, it wasn't.
Those lighters, man.
It was terrible. I hated that song.
Yo, I hated that song. I hated every song by Creed.
Oh, there you go.
God damn.
Now we're just
go.
on a trash fest because none of us listen to Creed. We could just talk shit on that. Like,
What was? Can you take me high?
he took the Eddie Vedder,
Jeez.
the Eddie
It made
Vedder
it
voice,
perfect.
and he mixed it in. He took Eddie Vedder's voice and like mixed like a university frat house into it.
Oh,
Oh my
terrible.
God.
That's Creed.
Man, there
Just
was other
bad.
ones. What arms wide open?
It's like the fuck. He's like the boss. I just want to
Yeah.
smack him.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I just imagine like the music video with like his shirt like open and like flying in the background.
Yeah.
He's like his arms out like this, like just passionately. With arms wide
I used to get so
open."
happy when I would
Yeah.
hear stories of
I
him
didn't feel
getting
them at
fucked
all.
up in public
Yeah,
and getting in
that-
trouble. I
yeah,
would
right.
laugh. I'd be so happy.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, man.
Fucking Creed.
Oh my God.
Drake would be a guilty pleasure for me.
I can't.
I don't
can't
even know
listen to
enough of his stuff to be like, I don't like it.
That would be one for me.
He's just one of those. I just don't understand why he's.
Because I trash him in public like a lot. Like anybody who asks him is, oh fuck that guy. But I'll listen to Drake by myself and not be mad about
I think
it.
there's one song in my. Well, the one he did with Rihanna. All right, maybe Rihanna's a guilty pleasure.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
there
one.
you go.
I like, dude. I would fucking kill to record her, man.
Beyonce. That's a guilty pleasure.
I don't listen to her. I'll watch her shake her butt, but that's about it.
Let's see, Bruce Springsteen, but that's not like.
Can't stand him.
Yeah.
See, that's not like a guilty
For
pleasure.
real?
Though. He's
Can't
like
stand
You
him.
ain't dancing in the dark.
literally called the boss.
He sounds just like the dude from Creed.
Kind of does sound like Scott Stapp. Let's see.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who else?
Never thought about that.
Blink 182.
Well, they're just good.
Yeah. I guess they got some new shit out. I need to hear that though. I haven't listened to it.
You're right. When they come on the radio, all the small things. I hate that. Oh God.
Work sucks.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man.
Left my wallet down the stairs.
Oh my God. I couldn't
Surprised it let me know she cares.
get that punk rock singing. I couldn't
Yo.
do it. Singing so I wanna go. Oh my Jesus.
I only listen to them for the drums, man.
Green Day. I can't stand Green Day.
You know, when they first came out, they were good, but
Dookie was great. Dookie's a classic.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect them to go as mainstream as they did.
Hell yeah.
I just figured that people would have realized that dude's not from England by now.
Right?
Started asking questions.
You know, I really that it was around that same time I got pretty heavy into Rancid too. Those guys were fucking awesome. You don't
Like, yo,
them
my
on
guy,
there?
why do you
No,
sound
I-
like you're from over there? You're from fucking.
I do. I just hated the way he sang Ruby Soho. Just that.
Roby.
There's a line in that song that every time he says it makes my skin crawl.
What does he say in it?
There's something wrong. It just like every time it comes on. But I like Rancid though. The first time I saw them was with Sick of It All at City Gardens.
Dude, that the
'93. That was like the first show.
That album that had Ruby Soho in it, man. Like fucking bass lines in that record are awesome.
I know. Isn't that the Black Cadillac album? The Black Shoes.
Yeah.
And
that
yeah.
album kills it.
the album's fine. It's just that line in that song. And the Ruby.
Relax, man.
I'm sorry. See, you did it to me. You gave me a vein in my neck.
Your head went in like you're a fucking turtle the second I mentioned Rancid.
No, just that song. Just that song.
God, man.
But I'll play it. It's a guilty pleasure.
Well, what else were we talking about earlier? Portishead.
Portishead, yeah. That's one that like I wouldn't really expose other people to. Like if I was just chilling.
Portishead, it's weird, man. Like you could put on one of their albums and get bored, or they can come on in one of your shuffle and just be blown away by how cool the beat is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It all depends on what song it is and where
Pearl
it
Jam.
is. Pearl Jam, you like them though?
No,
you don't listen to them.
No,
I hate them.
It's not a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, but I like one of their songs. But
that would be a guilty pleasure then.
Yeah.
Which one?
It's called Go.
I don't even know.
It's on their second
I can
album.
say the same. I like one of their songs. I don't even know the name of it.
I like that
It's
Buddy
called
Holly
Go. It's on
cover
their
they do.
second album.
Which one? What's the one the Buddy Holly?
I just can't look at him singing.
Yeah, he drives me nuts. Real nice guy.
That's the face.
Yeah, sorry,
I
can't make the face into the microphone, but I know the face.
Yeah, in class today. Yeah.
I don't understand how that guy got so rich and famous off the fact that he can barely fucking speak.
Don't call me daughter.
I have to.
I don't understand what
But
he
they're
says.
one of the
90%
biggest
of
bands, so fuck do we know?
Right.
Yep. All them guys, all those guys, him, Scott Stapp, Creed,
Yeah.
all those guys.
Yeah.
Well, Creed's not from Seattle, right?
No. Well, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. They just suck. That's all I do know.
I'm not the biggest Cure fan, but I like that
That's a
Friday
good
I'm
one.
in Love song.
Yeah, that's a good one. As I'm not a Cure fan either, but I like a couple of their tracks.
And the Smiths, I'm not really big into them, but I like a couple of their songs.
Who would you say? I'm not saying that this band is a guilty pleasure of mine, but there's a band that I cannot seem to find a single listener of, but they're one of the biggest bands on the planet. I have not yet to know a fan, find a fan, see a fan. You guys got to know who did the Canadian band, Nickelback.
Oh,
who the fuck are their fans?
Good luck on that.
Dude, they are.
As a matter of fact, if anyone listening to this show is a fan of Nickelback, show yourself.
They don't. It's
Did
fake.
you ever see
I
the
think
video
it's all
on
fake.
YouTube where they played a song and somebody throws a rock at them?
That's wrong.
Straight up. He's just like, you guys want to hear some rock and roll or not? somebody threw a rock at him.
They're huge in Canada.
Well, what I'm saying is they're fans. I've never met one.
There's I like your pants around your feet.
So
song,
wouldn't you
band.
say that like
They got some tracks, man.
Do they sing that song?
Yeah, and that song's pretty dope.
We found one.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Look
at this photograph.
I just had to look to my right. And there
if you start the conversation, they'll start fucking showing up. They'll just start peeking around the
like
corner.
moths to a light.
Yeah.
It's like we touched the thermostat. Everybody's like, what happened? Somebody mentioned fucking Nickelback.
I totally forgot about that song until you said it.
I like
my pants around your waist.
Yeah.
He's with Avril Lavigne, right? He dates her.
Is he? Does he?
Yeah.
No way.
Yep. He's been with her for.
Oh shit! You know what? I thought about one right now. Fall Out Boy. Oof. I will fucking rock out to Fall Out Boy.
What song?
Their whole first album, the From Under the Cork Tree. That's the one with Dance Dance.
Yeah, see, I'm not into that.
I like that bass line.
Mm-hmm. And that Sugar We're Going Down track.
Oh no.
Oh, see, bro.
Whoa.
That whole album's dope.
Is Nickelback on
Not that
Spotify
song.
for the playlist?
I would assume so.
Better be.
Don't worry about Fall Out Boy. I'll pick the tracks for that.
Can't wait.
Nah, bro. Trust me. I'll put the bangers on there.
I'm fucking up my algorithm for life right now searching Nickelback. I'm fucked.
Put some deep cuts in that bitch.
Look at this photograph.
I'm officially fucked.
Make sure whatever track that with the pants around the feet thing is on there because that shit's hot.
My weekly playlists that get fed to my phone are going to be jacked now.
Yo, people have been liking the playlist. It's pretty cool.
Well, they're gonna love this. They're gonna love this one.
This one's gonna be their guilty pleasure.
So many plays on here, but
Who? Nickelback?
Oh my god!
You found them.
8 million monthly listeners. They must all be in India or something.
It doesn't matter who does not like them because
they'll go to the shows.
But why? But nobody will admit it. Obviously, is that all?
Matter.
Except Taylor just did.
They can stay in the closet.
It's like I don't know, man.
Doesn't matter.
Somebody likes them. Yep. 8 million people do.
It doesn't matter what we think because plenty other people say otherwise.
That's crazy as shit.
I mean, they're all just laughing their way to the bank.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, for sure. Do they even still put new music out?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. How You Remind Me is still their most played song.
Shit.
When that song came out, I hated it.
Wow, Trad Kroger looks like such a douche now.
Hated it.
Well, he always looked like a douche. He just still looks like a douche, which I thought might change.
Oh. No, I didn't like that song.
Oh, their newest album came out in 2017, it looks like.
So they're still kicking.
Rockstar. Is this like a... Hold on.
It's called Feed the Machine.
I think we'll get kicked off if we play Nickelback.
No, it's too late in the episode for all that. You can play it. Nobody will catch it.
Yes.
We're going to play Nickelback.
On Apple, on iTunes. Oh, here I mean.
Niggas make mail, haters go to hell.
Oh, yeah.
Uptown all the way downtown. You might get
Try to listen to this. Hold on.
Still playing that?
Some Rockstar.
It says on iTunes about Nickelback, a few bands did more than Nickelback to establish the force of slick, commercially minded post-grunge in the 2000s. Led by vocalist Chad Kroger, and the band initially emerged in the late 90s as Canada's answer to Creed.
Thanks. Thanks, Chad. God. So now he's all country too. Hold on, listen.
Killing. I feel like I'm in a
picture girls like this.
Yeah. Get in the truck, girl.
I'm as ready to just roll out. How you gonna do it? Kid Rock.
I actually look for the jukebox to try and get up and change the song. It just sounds like that.
I got no
song that's playing in the background at the bar. You're just like, oh my God, who the fuck is playing the jukebox right now? I can't wait to put some money in this shit.
Was at a bar once, and I shit you not, some girl came in and put a 20 into the jukebox and picked all Nickelback songs. And I started yelling. I got so mad. They made me leave. Well, they asked me to leave. I said, this is just bullshit.
How? Why? Did you just do that?
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's just bullshit. That's just like trying to ruin people's nights. You know?
I didn't even know that you could put $20 worth of
anything will take your money, Ahmed.
Crazy.
But of Nickelback songs, I didn't know that he had a million hits.
That's all they have. That's all they have is hits. I don't understand it.
I don't even know.
Well, they had that
they're just that
Spider-Man song with the Saliva guy.
They're like a crossover band into that like country.
But see, the thing is, all of those, if you pull the bands apart, if you pull Creed apart, and you pull Nickelback apart, and I think Puddle of Mudd, all those guys.
That's another one.
Yeah, all those guys played heavy stuff before that. If you trace their bands, all of their stuff did heavy stuff that's way better than what they ended up getting huge with.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, probably. I would assume so.
Where's the problem?
Just because of how hard they tried to look in the videos, like playing the guitars and shit.
Yeah.
Especially it was Creed's guitarist really pissed me off every time they were on TV. And
that's him though.
And
he was just coming out in some.
Stained was Aaron Lewis's band, right? Yeah, his guitars was ugly as shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corny bands. But that's about all the time we have this week. That was a great episode.
We're just getting into it. I'm ready to keep going. I was about to start more shit.
Go find us on Spotify to find the playlist this week. It's going to be a blast to listen to. Get your weekend started correctly. Shout out to our guest this week, Mike Voss. Go check out his new album, Dusk. It's everywhere. Go find it on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere. We're going to check out his the third track from him tonight called Moonflower. Ahmed, Carl, great job tonight, guys.
Thanks, man.
And
goodbye.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for listening.
You a special one. Yeah, the proof that the Lord's work is never done. We'll be forever young until heaven come. Now we drink away the pain till we getting numb. But the glass still ain't half filled enough, though. Say we just killing time, but it's killing us slow. And it took a lot of time for us to form the trust, babe. We died at dawn, was reborn at dusk, babe. Yeah, the children of the night hear the growth spur. The truth and the lies, yeah, they both heard. We both planted the seed when we did dirt. The old us who we had to kill first, yeah. Still growing in the dark like a moonflower, child. All the shade they was throwing gave you power, child. Still growing in the dark like a moonflower, child. Yeah, that was something that I always knew about you now. And I know a little bit of drink will get the truth out you now. Looking like you bout to let a fountain full of youth drown you now. So who been watering your garden? Been a drought for a minute now. Brand new, acting different now. Doing yoga, eating healthy, yeah, you got it all figured out. How you doing? How you feeling? Can you call me? I wanna see you shining like you Paul Wall teeth. I know I was wildin' like the fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Had to stop and smell the flower growing from the concrete, yeah. You a special one, so bad, yeah, the devil's work is never done. Be a liar if I told you that I don't love it. You know dark times cause you had to grow from it, yeah. Still growing in the dark like a moonflower, child. All the shade they was throwing gave you power, child. Still growing in the dark like a moonflower, child. Yeah, that was something that I always knew about you now. Always knew about you. Something I always knew you was a paper chaser. Yeah. Paper chaser. Always knew you was a paper chaser. Got your block on fire, remaining a G. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. To make something out of nothing, you handle your biz. And don't be crying over suffering, you a paper chaser. Got your block on fire, remaining a G. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. To make something out of nothing, you handle your biz. And don't be crying over suffering.